Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of my new YouTube series where we make a Discord bot in Python. This will be a new series similar to my prior 2 Discord bot series where we just go through the steps of creating various aspects of Discord bots. However, once again I should say, we are starting completely from scratch, which means you don't have to have seen any of the prior videos on the subject of making Discord bots on my channel. You don't have to have seen any of those in order to follow along with this series. So with that in mind, in this video, we're going to be going over the steps required to get set up and to kind of have you guys ready to write your own Discord bots. So let's get into that now. Okay, so the first step is ensuring that you have the right version of Python installed. So if we go to the GitHub for the library that we are going to be using to create our Discord bots, which in this case is Hikari, I can leave a link to their GitHub down below. We can scroll down here and just see that it says Python 3.8, 3.9, and 3.10 are currently supported. So if you don't already have one of those types of Python versions, you are going to need to download, or you are going to need to re-download Python. So I just wanted to bring attention to that just in case you're getting any errors because of the fact that you potentially have the wrong version. Now, to get started, first things first, we are going to head over to our Discord developer portal. Again, I can leave a link to this down in the description, but first things first, we're going to create a new application. So we need to create a name for our bot. For this case, I'll just make it something like test, or I think test is overused, so it might not let me, but oh, okay. I've tried to create a bot called test before, and it says, oh, too many people using this name or something like that. But great, so we have an application for our bot. The next step is to go over to this bot tab on the left, and where it says build a bot, we are going to click on add bot. Just like that, adding a bot user gives their app visible life in Discord. Yes, do it. Okay, so here was the issue. So I guess it lets you create the application, but once you want to actually make it a bot application, there's issues. So let's just go over here, we'll call it like, I think YouTube. YouTube should suffice, but yeah, name's changed. Okay, so once again, head over to build a bot, add bot, yes, do it. Okay, cool. I was worried that maybe there were a lot of YouTube tutorials, or I don't know. So a couple things that we have going here. The first thing that we need to pay attention to is the fact that we have a token here. This is what's going to be used in our application to connect our script to the bot itself. Do not share this token with anyone. We're not going to do anything with it quite yet. We'll come back to that later. But what we are going to do is we are going to head over on the left to the OAuth 2 tab here. Just bring down that drop down and click on URL generator. So what we are going to do is we are going to click on this bot scope here. We want to make sure that we have that checked. And for the future videos, I'm just doing this now. We want to make sure we have this applications.commands scope checked as well. So bot and applications.commands. If you have those, good. You don't need to have the commands one for now, but I would recommend doing it if you plan on following the series, just because it'll prevent us from having to re-invite the bot with a new scope. And as we can see, it also opened up this permissions section down here. You can select individual permissions if you would like. For the sake of testing, I generally just pick administrator, or sorry, not for the sake of testing, for the sake of development, new features and whatnot, I generally just put the administrator permission, but it's really up to you what you would like to do. And as we can see here, we have generated a URL here. So we're just gonna hit copy, and we're gonna go over here and paste it into a new tab, and this will allow us to invite our bot. So I have here a little YouTube test server, which I will click on now. Continue. It'll say, would you like to give it the following permissions? Yes. I am human, last I checked, and should be good. Yeah, let me just open this up here. Perfect. So as we can see here, excuse me, we have a YouTube bot. It is offline, but we've created the application and it is in our server where we plan to do our testing. Great, so this step is completed. Okay, so now it's time to code. So as you can see here, I've simply opened up VS Code, and I have a folder open here called Discord bot. This is just a folder sitting on my desktop. Doesn't really matter where you put it. It's just I've created a folder for the sake of containing my project files. So the first thing I want to do that I actually did not do in my prior series or even the one before that is create a virtual environment. This is useful because you can isolate your project dependencies and you don't know that you need it, honestly, until you have a problem and you've screwed up your other projects. Trust me, this is a great step to have, and I should have done it in my prior series, but oh well, I'm doing it now. So to do that, we're simply going to open up our command prompt. I'm just using the built-in VS Code one, and we are going to type python -m venv, which stands for virtual environment, and then just the name of your environment. I call mine env. So we're going to let that run. As we can see here in the top left here, under or inside the folder, we've created an env folder, and this is our environment. And great. So now to activate the environment, we are simply going to type ./env/scripts/activate. And you'll know it's been activated if you can see a little prefix to your I guess, terminal prompt that has the name of your virtual environment there. Perfect. Oh, did it freeze? No, it didn't. Perfect. Okay, so the next step is we are actually going to install Hikari into our virtual environment. So how do we do this? Well, if we head back over to the GitHub page, again, link down below, if we scroll down here, we can find installation, and it's got a couple commands here that we can use to run, that we can use to install Hikari. Windows users may have to use this one here, but we'll try the first one and see how it goes. So we're just going to paste it in, hit enter, and looks to be working fine to me. And it's about finishing up. We will double check that we have our package installed. If we use pip freeze, we can take a look at what we have installed. And as we can see Hikari is installed along with a couple other things that, we can see here installed alongside Hikari. Great. So now I'm just going to clear this, and we can actually close this now. So the next step is we are going to create our Python file. I'm just going to call mine bot.py because, well, it's a bot, and obviously it has to be a Python file. And so now all we have to do is start writing some very, very basic code. This bot will not be able to do anything by the end of this video. We'll simply be able to turn it on and have established a connection between our script running on our PC and our bot application on Discord, which we will be able to see if we go into Discord. So the first thing we're going to do is actually import Hikari, obviously. And then we are simply going to instantiate a bot and run it. How do we do this? We simply say bot is equal to hikari.gateway_bot, and this takes in a token, which we will leave as an empty string for now, and then we say bot.run. Now, we need to get our token from somewhere, and if you remember from the previous step, if we go over to our developer portal, if you go under this bot tab here, we have our token. If I copy it and paste it in here as a string and pass it into, of course, our instance of the gateway bot, we should have something like this. So if I save the file, let's open up the command prompt again, and now run python bot.py, because again, that's what I named my file. Hit enter. As we can see, we have some output. So you can see here it's saying, great, you're using Hikari, here's the version you're using, it's running on Windows, whatever, just a bunch of information. There's a link to the documentation, link to the Hikari support server, which I will leave linked in the description if any of you guys want to join and get some help. But it says started successfully, great. So now if we head on over to Discord, let me drag that over here, we can see that our YouTube bot is now online. So you guys have officially created your first Discord bot. It is up and running, and it should be online on Discord if you have made it to this step with no issues. And that's basically it with regards to setting up your bot. You will have a very basic 3 lines of code. You'll have created your application. You'll have created your environment. You got kind of like the basic steps down for getting ready to actually implement features in your Discord bot, which is exactly what we're going to be doing in the future. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. The setup wasn't too complicated. It was really just a matter of going through the steps. The next video is probably going to be on events, which actually, if you might have noticed by looking at the GitHub page for Hikari, if you look at some of this basic code right here, you'll actually see this code here, which is the only real difference between what is here and what we typed in our bot file. That is an event, and that is an example of something we will go over in the next video. We will then go over things like commands, and then probably get into some things like custom features, like, oh, how do I implement certain specific commands, specific features, whatever. That's when it becomes a bit more open-ended, and you guys can suggest videos down in the comments. So yeah, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like, comment ideas for future videos, subscribe if you want to. Geez, my finger just cracked. If you want to be notified for future videos, I will leave a link to my personal Discord help server, down below. This is a brand new series, so as of right now there probably won't be too much help, but as the series builds, more people come in, whatever, there might be more and more help. Also, I'll be learning as I teach you guys this sort of stuff, so as I learn more and more things, I'll be able to help you guys in there as well. I'll leave a link to Hikari's help server as well. I think it is linked somewhere on their GitHub as well. I could be wrong. Maybe I'm thinking of the documentation, which is right here. But I'll have a link to the Hikari documentation, the GitHub, my help server, the Hikari help server, which I know is linked actually right here. Whole bunch of stuff, so just check the description if you're looking for any links. And yep, I'll see you in the next video, I guess. All right, bye.